Hello fellow Sudokans and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Thursday the 26th of December 2024, still Boxing Day for those that have a Boxing Day. Speaking of Boxing Day, in the UK, online gambling advertisements around sports events are being blasted by people from the NHS. And so you may not realise, if you're not in the UK, that the National Health Service doesn't just cover physical problems, but also people with psychological problems who need psychiatric counselling or similar. The NHS covers that as well, of course, and the NHS is already under strain, so trying to do whatever it can to lessen its load. But unfortunately, the number of places that have to deal with addictions, gambling addiction, has doubled. And they're seeing a large increase, doubled in the last year, in fact, and needing to see a lot more specialists are needing to see, a lot more addicts are needing to see specialists to deal with their gambling addiction. And they're going to tax, the government is going to tax them more on the online bookmakers. But really, more needs to be done. So it's a tricky situation, right? All of these kind of, let's call, vices. I don't know if that's the perfect word, but drink and drugs and gambling, this kind of thing that's very easy to become addicted to. Making things illegal hasn't really worked. It's been tried many times on various things. Never works. So you can't really make things illegal. What you can do is to make things as restricted as possible. Now, we've done a lot of work over cigarette advertising over the years. Cigarettes are not advertised like they used to be. And drink, if you've ever seen old television with the advertisements included, especially in America, my God, every program was interrupted with, whatever it was, Camel cigarettes or something like that. It was terrible, and the tobacco companies were the worst in the world, actually, at getting people addicted to their killer substance. But the world has come a long way, and smoking is much reduced, and people really understand health problems now. But also, the advertising of smoking is much less. Here in Thailand, we don't allow any visual representation of tobacco smoking on television or films and stuff like that. The problem is, though, that they sometimes just Vaseline it out, which makes it look worse. What we really need to do is to say to movie producers and directors, don't put smoking in. You don't have to use it to make it look realistic. Just improve the dialogue, get better writers. Don't rely on cigarettes to make things look realistic. I'm doing air quotes, realistic. And we have restricted places where drinking and smoking can be done, So the world has moved on this, but when it comes to gambling, I think there's still a long way to go. The problem is that now, because everybody is online and uses their telephones and stuff like that, this online gambling has become a real threat. It's become so much easier. Now, in the past, this is actually something that's going in the wrong direction, because in the past, when I was growing up, the only gambling was done in bookmakers, CD shops on the main street, on the high street, that you had to go into, which weren't allowed chairs, if I remember correctly. No comfortable things. I think the only thing they could have was one television showing the horse racing, and that's it. Pens and paper, and that was it. You weren't supposed to spend your time in there. They wanted to make it so that you didn't spend much time in there. That was a good thing. But now people just use their phone, look down, click, 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 lost a lot of money. Click, 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 lost more money. Won a little bit. I think I'll do it again. And gambling is a really addictive problem. So, what can we do about it? I don't have all the answers. I just am posing some of the points, the dilemmas for us to consider. You can't ban it. It's not going to work. It just turns illegal. But you have to be able to restrict access. I think that's the main thing. All right, let's get on with the game of Sudoku then. This is the Los Angeles Times expert level puzzle. We've got ones blocking down here, one blocking across there. It's going to give me one in that square. That's how I'm going to begin today's LA Times. We have 4. Oh, the mouse is doing weird things. 4 blocking across here and 4 blocking up there. There's a 4. We've got a New York Times style of pair, 7 and 8 across, 7 and 8 across there. So we have 7 and 8 in those squares. How does that help us? That's 7 and 8. So what else do we know? 2, 3, 3, 4, 2, 9. 2, 9 like that. 3, 4 like that. Well, we'll come back to that later. We've got 6 blocking this square, and this square. So let's put a 6 there, shall we? And 6 across here, across there, down and up. Eight blocking down here. 8 must be in one of these empty squares here, blocking down. Here, across there, there's an 8. Two blocks this square, so up there's a 2. Down here is a 5. Actually 4 blocks across here, so 4 is in one of these 2 squares blocking up, 4 blocking up there. So what? 4 is here or here, and it can't be here because I just said that was 7 and 8, right? 7 and 8 blocking across here, so that has to be a 4. Okay, and then 3s are going to be there. Okay, so we got 3 blocking up here, 3 in one of those 2 squares blocking down, 3 across, and that's a 3. 1 blocking up here, 1 blocking down there. There's 1. Seven blocks this square, so that must be our 7. This must be our 8. And we'll get the 8 to finish that column there. Seven and 4 block across here, so that is going to be 7 and 4. So 7 blocks up here, so that's 7. No, that's not good. 7 there. 8 on that side. 2, 5. No. Okay, 7 and 4. So I was going to look at this. 7 and 4. So this is 5 and 9 in those squares there. So 9 there. 5 there. And in these squares, not 9 or 5, but 2, 3, and 6. Not enough. Oh, 4 up here, 4 up there. Oops, come on. 4 across there. We get 4 in that square. That's not good. Okay, we've got 9 blocking like this, so we have 9 in one of these 2 squares blocking down, and a 9 across there gives me a 9 in that square there. Um, 2 blocks across here, so 2 is in one of these squares, right? Blocking back here like this, and we've also got 6s blocking across here, so that's a pair of 2 and 6. So these squares are not 2 or 6, they must be 1, 5, 9. So we've got a pair of 9s there, 5s there and there, and the 1s I still don't know. Okay, 2 and 6 there, so this has to be 4 and 5 in those squares. So this is 1 and 3, which I think I already knew. Yeah, I did. That's taking me nowhere. I think this is a pencil marker for me, because I think once the pencil marks are in, it's going to become obvious what the answer is. Until then, I'm not sure. But we've got a lot of pairs to stick in, so I think we should do that right now. Okay, since the 9s are highlighted, let's put 9s in those squares there, and those squares there. And now what did we have? Now I've got to remember the things that I found here. 7 and 4 blocking across there, right? So that was 7 and 4. So the 9s also appeared here. This is 5 and 9. So we had 9s there. That was it. So 7s are also there, and 8s are here, I know. And we have 8s in those squares there. We also have 8 somewhere down there. 7s down there. 6s. This was 6 and 2. Okay. And our 5 blocking across here puts 5 into those squares. And this was 4 and 5, wasn't it? Just doing the stuff quickly that I can remember. 6s are down here. Alright, let's go through properly. 1s are in those squares there. This is 1 and 3. So we have a pair of 1s there. And we have a pair of 3s down there. Ah, 2, 3, 5 along here. Look, I found a triple. Took me a long time to see it, but I've spotted it now. 2, 3, 5 in those squares there. So this is 1 and 6. So this can't be a 6. Let's remove that candidate 6. Let's put the 6 in that square there, and let's get ourselves a 3 there, and let's get rid of those 3s and put a 3 here and a 3 there, and get rid of that candidate 3. Okay, we've also got 3 blocking up here, so that in fact is a pair of 3s there. Right, let's see. This is a 2 then, and 2s are there with a pair of 1. So 1, 2. We've got everything except for 5. What do we know about 5s in this section here? Anything? No. Okay, I'll put 5s there to finish that block off. And what's the missing digit down here? 4. Do we know anything about 4s here? I think we don't. So that central shoot is actually complete now. 4, 5, 9, 1, 2, 5, 8, 9, 4, 7, 9, 1, 3. Okay. In fact, this whole bottom shoot and this middle shoot is all complete. I was only putting in pairs, but we've gone a little bit further than that already. Let's see where we are. See if there are any more pairs to be had. Better than that, we can place a 7 now in this square, and that's going to be an 8, and our 7 blocking across here means that can't be a 7, that's a 7. Our 8 blocking across here means this can't be an 8, that's going to be an 8 there, and this can't be an 8 there, that's got to be an 8 there, leaving us with 9 in that square, 5 in that square. 5 blocking across gives us 5 here, and means that this is our 5 in that block, and this is going to be a 1. So 1 there, 3 there, 3 there, and no 3 allowed in that square. This is 2 and 9. Put the 9s in for easy reference. We've got 9 across there. That would give me 9 in that square there. And 1 digit left to get here, which is in fact a 1. So that's a 1 here with a 6 there. 6 there with 2 in that square. 2 and 5. The left-hand shoot is complete. We've got our 1 here, so that's a 2. That's our 1 then. Missing digit up here is something. 5, is it? I think it's a 5. And so 5 there, 9 there, and 9 there, 2 there. And the last number to place here is 4. Oh, no, not 4, sorry. 2, I should say. We've got a 9, so that's a 4, that's a 5, that's a 4. There's a 7. Here's a 9. There's a 7, there's a 4. So, yep, there was a triple along the bottom there that would have given you the game without pencil marks, I'm sure, if you managed to notice it. But I'm rather sleepy, so I didn't see it. Anyway, take care. Bye-bye.